Welcome back to the channel. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius had an acquaintance with life that we all can learn from. Here are his 8 tips to an amazing nightly routine. Because of his documentation, we possess an acceptable guess as to what his life was likely to have involved. Throughout this film, we'll investigate 8 distinct items that made him who you can be also, and the best way to replicate or modify these daily routines that we lead today. I just ask one thing of you, so let's start there. You should not, under any circumstances, skip this video. The primary goal: remove outside influences. According to Marcus Aurelius, you have the ability to retreat within yourself at any time you want to. The fact that Marcus Aurelius made use of his evenings to unwind is well known. He is famous in particular for the philosophical teachings telling us to savor every moment as though it were his final remaining breath. He devoted time to discover within himself in an effort to revitalize himself. In an attempt to break free, he did this to alleviate tension and unpleasant emotions by unplugging from the outside world. Number 2, perform some kind of physical activity. According to Marcus Aurelius, it's unfortunate. As a man ages, he may never see the power and attractiveness that exist in his physique. Capable, notwithstanding the fact that Marcus Aurelius lived almost 2,000 years ago, he grasped the exercise's significance. In his view, a sound mind is incapable of maintaining physical well-being. It was thought by the Stoics that straightforward, regular physical activity can instruct us in transferable abilities like tenacity and mastering the art of self-improvement. Difficulties in fostering self-assurance, they realized that there was more. Must-do physical preparation for competence in one's own work, rather than in lieu of green light. Regardless of what the news may have us believe, think the ancient Stoics understood. Driven by the desire to display a flawless physique, escaping is seldom a path to genuine joy. It's not uncommon for us to put off our workout by saying things like, "I'm too exhausted," or "I have a significant meeting tomorrow, do not wish to miss tomorrow's meeting." Very sore from all the stress on the job, I cannot scarcely fathom the idea of working out. I know that a lot of people don't work out because of several reasons, but it maintains astonishing advantages for emotional and bodily well-being. And we must not entirely ignore it because it's normal. Physical activity of any kind, whether it's doing some exercise at the gym or playing sports, is nice because it lets off a deluge of feel-good neurotransmitters called endorphins, which alleviate tension. Exercise can boost levels and mood. At night, it could be of assistance to you to get a better night's rest without experiencing revitalized and prepared for the day ahead. The third step is to reflect on the day. At least in the view of Marcus Aurelius, enough influence to educate one's mind to the capacity to conduct methodical investigations. That is truly subservient to you, life's observations. For the Stoics, there were only 2 pauses for contemplation that occurred within the time of day and night. Getting ready for the approaching day by recording your ideas in a morning notebook, and reflecting on the day that has completed its work. Marcus Aurelius's contemplations were undertaken with the aim of reflecting on his own routine and ideas to get a handle on his own identity. He vigilantly monitored his every move, options, and the importance of was stressed by the Stoics. Being self-aware means paying brought attention to the importance of set aside some time every day to look back on what transpired to become better informed all around. The Stoics used this term to describe focused attention directed towards being mindful of one's own behavior while also making sure they are in line with the ideal person. The Stoics compared this kind of thoughts about arguing a point in a court, recalling and evaluating your day, taking stock of what you do every day, options, and subsequently examining them systematically. This should not be seen as a routine of judgment in favor of a caring assessment that can direct you in achieving future choices that are more favorable. It's possible to include this type of daily review into your evening regimen by scheduling downtime just before night to reflect on the most recent day. Reflect about the entire day through you first become aware of the here and now. Think about all the options and choices you made. Feelings, what did you accomplish well today? Are you familiar with the aspects of when faced with challenges every day? How can one grow? What did you take away from today's events? Everything done today that you were planning to? Number 4, think about what's inside. Wisdom and mastery are said by Marcus Aurelius to read and write proficiently, that is life. Someone who is regarded as wise and knowledgeable in one area and holds great esteem for their knowledge, experience, and insight into. For a lot of individuals, sage is an inspiration. The time that Stoics set aside to think about both their wise elders and their deeds were in harmony with wise man. Marcus Aurelius thought his wise advisor too. Could it be that Zeno, the father of Stoicism, frequently pondered the question of what Zeno would do? The wise man's thoughts ought to, at least once every night, when you consider the events of the day or the individual, thinking about what you could do with serve as an example of. One person who could serve as your role model is understand or even merely a vision of a perfect individual being. Being well informed is crucial. Person's description in order for you to reconsider if what you're doing is in line with your serve as an example of. Within your evening, a regular schedule, allocate some time to put yourself in the shoes of your inspiration and ask, were you exemplary in your behavior? How can you make it better the following day to make your life more harmonious? On the subject of your role models, personality traits exhibited by your role model today, you discover within yourself. Integrating a little period into your at-night regimen to think about events that transpired today. And if your reaction was consistent with your position, serves as an example of how to improve one's knowing that tomorrow is up to you, and help you grow into the type of admirable individual. Adopt a loftier viewpoint. As Marcus Aurelius put it, think about the subject matter as a whole that you own the tiniest piece and invest the most time into, all of which is comprised with a concise and brief time frame has been allocated to you and destiny's efforts, and how very little of them are yours. According to Marcus Aurelius, we should think about existence from a cosmic perspective perch, or to enjoy a bird's eye view. Looking down from above entails taking on a broadened outlook on your existence and perceiving oneself and one's day in the same way that looking on from a distance, in order to detach one's own sentiments, concerns, and worries. Many people know that while he's in his looking back on his life, Aurelius considered a cosmic perspective in order to triumph over his narrow viewpoints. In the modern globe, there are numerous diversions. Every time we leave the home, we are overwhelmed by adverts for news, viewpoints, and diversions. When we're lacking between our jobs and our families, we're constantly engrossed in radio broadcasts, watching television, or using a computer. All of this results in mental exhaustion, making it difficult to obtain a place to reflect, relax, and rejuvenate. Applications and games captivate users' attention. Films, television programs, and the reality that it's common for us to focus on additional factors that hinder our ability to address our concerns, worries, demands, and responsibilities. The Stoic exercise of taking a broader view can help with this. It can be employed to reduce the strain on our issues, since it changes our perspective to a viewpoint elevated above our own. To start, set aside some peaceful late hours to keep tabs on your short-term environment in which you find yourself, your house, and your household members. Begin considering the options available to them. Sense the way you connect with people, issues, uncertainties, anxieties, and aspirations. After that, you may see your own city and the way its inhabitants live. People in your immediate vicinity lead distinct lives. You lack knowledge. They are filled with aspirations, desires, and anxieties, just as you. Remain open-minded in order to perceive your nation and beyond, including all viewpoints on humanity throughout the course of our lifetimes. Across nations, racial and socio-economic lines, and diverse cultural traditions, consider the difficulties faced by those who are less fortunate. Proceed with solar system expansion, the cosmos, and all of existence. From a vantage point above, we see that there is no distinction between us and those who became disengaged from all around us. Yet they're also engaged in all aspects of their environment. Observing ourselves from the outside facilitates self-awareness and problem-solving. When we put some space between ourselves and the distress, concerns, and challenges that we encounter, we gain a more dispassionate perspective. Those who survive, according to Marcus Aurelius, for a longer period of time, and for individuals whose deaths are imminent, let go of the identical item for the time being. It is all possible sacrifice they may make, given that it is everything you own and everything you don't. There is no way for you to be unsuccessful. For Marcus Aurelius, in his final days, time to spend with loved ones was crucial. His love for his wife and children shone through significantly. Despite his significance, well-known status, and being extraordinarily preoccupied, he failed to leave them out of his nighttime routine. He would put his kids to bed and give them kisses, reminding himself to take his time. This could be your final attempt. If so, there's no assurance that you two will successfully traverse the night. That was important to him, and he cherished them, which was, in fact, the most essential aspect of his existence. Get ready for the days that begin. What you do, according to Marcus Aurelius, should be intentional. You are indeed a procrastinator. Marcus fervently supported the significance of getting up bright and early each day. He believed in setting up a pattern for the mornings that savored every single moment of life. Therefore, slumber was conceived as a healing journey rather than an opportunity to succumb to sloth. Establishing a morning ritual had a pivotal role for Aurelius. He began this morning ritual even before the morning when he got ready for the following day. Day-to-day preparation was once done by the Stoics before starting the day. They practiced what they were going to do that day by taking into account their goals, getting ready for various probable results, and thinking back on their actions. Such introspections were carried out by numerous Stoics in the mornings. You have till the evening to begin preparing for the next day to facilitate a more pleasant awakening. This may entail choosing your attire, having your luggage ready for the following day's occupation, or maintaining an organized morning schedule to come after them. Imagine it as a set of steps to utilize, but not at the expense of your cerebral cortex to consider potential choices, as the decision was made the night prior. Keep this in mind as you make more choices to reduce the amount of time spent on them. This improves efficiency and avoids wasting mental energy on insignificant choices, such as the attire for waking up. This has many advantages, including improving your health, and it will also make rising early a treat. It leads to an improved experience in getting ready for the evening of the following day. Regularity will help you integrate this into your daily schedule, and you may also lessen stress due to the upcoming chores upon waking up. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Take a look at our playlist dedicated to Stoicism and further videos to assist you in discovering fulfilled lives through the utilization of time-tested wise words of philosophy. Remember to sign up. It was my contribution. I'm grateful. I appreciate it immensely.